And here we are, guys, another member to the RC family, the LaTrax Rally. Thanks to the 3 amigos who donated it, I can go ahead and start doing upgrades for this RC. But first, let's go ahead and take care of something real quick. So, what am I going to do first? Well, all these parts that are red and blue need to be dyed black. But I am missing a couple of pieces. Thankfully, I bought a pack that holds all the pieces that are missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dye all these black. However, I can also go ahead and try to dye these shocks black too, because this red just looks terrible. I'm going to go ahead and take them off by undoing the top and bottom screw that holds each one in. Now that we have all 4 shocks off, I'm going to go ahead and compress the shock spring and then pull off the bottom brace. And as you can see, these are not oil filled, so I can just go ahead and dye this whole thing. However, there is 2 more pieces I need off this RC. The front shock tower and the back shock tower. Each one is held on with only 2 screws. Alright, and now I have all the pieces I'm going to be dyeing black. Now with the shocks, I could take them further apart by popping out this E-clip, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave that in there because I don't think you're really going to be able to see underneath it, and yeah, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now, in order to dye it, I am going to be using Rit Close Dye. This stuff has never let me down in the past, and I'm just going to keep on using it. So let's see how it turns out. Alright guys, and there you have it. Everything turned out great. So it's time to go ahead and get these things installed. I'm going to go ahead and start off by taking off the top brace. It's held in with a screw on each side. Okay, and to make things a bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and unplug the motor from the ESC. Okay, so I undid those 2 screws. We're going to go ahead and pull off the brace. Set that off to the side. We got the ESC, which I'm going to go ahead and pull off, as well as the receiver. Now we're just going to go ahead and unplug the servo, which goes into channel 1. Set that all off to the side, and there we have it, guys. We have the first part that we're trying to get to. We're going to go ahead and undo these 4 screws that are holding it in. Now normally there would be 6 screws that are holding it in, but I am missing 2. Okay, with the screws out of the way, I cannot pull this off quite yet. What I need to do is go ahead and pry off these links. And thankfully, all I have to do is put something underneath and just pop it right off. Like that. Alright, with those out of the way, now I can go ahead and finally pull off the part that I was trying to get to. Next up, I need to go ahead and do the same thing with the back. I need to remove these 4 screws and undo each link. Okay, with that all the way, go ahead and pull this part off. And now, there's 2 more things I need to go ahead and take off. These 2 poles. Each one is held in with a screw on the bottom. Okay, with those 2 screws taken care of, I can now go ahead and pull off these posts. And I did realize that there is one more piece I need to go ahead and remove. And this part is only held in with 2 screws. Alright, and now I can go ahead and start replacing all the parts. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and replace this battery tie-down post, as well as reinstalling these pegs with a single screw that holds each one in. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and flip the RC over, make sure that the steering linkage is in the proper place, and now I can go ahead and install the top chassis brace. And that just slides right into place, and of course is held in with those 6 screws, but I only have 4. With that taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the one that goes onto the back, and it's the same deal. 4 screws to hold it down, and of course, after that, I'm going to go ahead and pop on all the links. Alright, with that taken care of, I can go ahead and reinstall each front and rear shock tower. Each one's held in with 2 screws. Alright, with that taken care of, I can go ahead and reinstall all 4 shocks. Each one is held in with a screw on top and a screw on bottom. Alright, last thing for me to do is to go ahead and put the ESC and receiver back into position, plug in the servo back into channel 1, and then reinstall the brace. Okay, I also went ahead and plugged in the ESC back into the motor. Then, of course, the last thing I have to do is put the battery strap down in place, put in a body clip, and I'm done, guys. It looks a heck of a lot better without all that blue and red. Didn't really do any upgrades, but as you can see, this thing did not come without any upgrades. It does have the aluminum rims and it has a brushless system. Huge upgrades in my opinion, but guys, that's it for today. So lucky for me, there is still plenty of upgrades I can get for this RC, and you better believe that I want to go ahead and start getting them. But thank you again, Three Amigos, for donating this RC. I'll do everything I can to make it something awesome. And guys, that was a level 1 upgrade for Onyx.